Just a little while ago, in 1909, Andrews was certified a town. Perhaps that's why our youthful exuberance still shows in our excitement with each new sunrise. Today's leaders of the community are the first generation of the founders' progeny. They left their mark in more than name. Epitomizing the youth of our years and outlook, Martha Lynn Mercer, a great-granddaughter of one of the pioneers, holds an heirloom of the day of the Andrews certification. And so this is the way it was as we approached the Andrews Airport and looked down on the main street of this town of about 3,500 people in July of 1976. An easy circle to our right, and we drop down on a due south heading. We circle and receive a friendly welcome from Robin Davis, a granddaughter of an Andrews pioneer. To grow and prosper, a town must share itself and give support to congenial industry. Oneida Knitting Mills came in 1952 to manufacture T-shirts and sportswear. Oneida employs 900 people in Andrews and another 400 in Lanes. It has made itself a valued and respected member of the community family. M&T Chemicals, a subsidiary of an American Can, a producer of heavy minerals, came in 1957 and employs 40. Andrews Wire opened in 1970, produces steel wire for nearly every conceivable commercial purpose, and employs 100. Brogdon Industries, the venture of Delta Airlines pilot, manufactures fishing rods. The plant is just going into production and is beginning a training program for employees who will number about 45. West Vaco, the corporate identity of West Virginia Pulp and Paper, came in 1962 as a substation and now has 3 separate facilities in Andrews: a procurement and storage facility, a district headquarters office, and an experimental forest headquarters. A.G. Whaley is proof of the spawning of industry by industry. Whaley adds locks to wire for baling. His raw material is from Andrews Wire, a spin-off of Georgetown Steel. McDaniel Industries is the kind of highly successful enterprise to which townspeople point with pride. Billy McDaniel fabricates metal products and has since 1960. He employs 40 people. One obligation of a responsible community is to provide banking and other financial services to its industry and citizens. Andrews does that. South Carolina National Bank opened a branch here in 1966. On the 26th of this month, First Federal Savings and Loan will open its new branch in Andrews. The facilities are nearly completed. The main offices of Andrews Bank and Trust Company, the oldest bank in Georgetown County. In addition to Andrews, there are now branches in Georgetown, Maryville, Pawleys Island, and Merle's Inlet. The bank employs 51 people. Andrews has a mayor-council form of government. Robert Kimball is serving his first term as mayor. He was elected in 1975. Basil Barano is the representative of District 106 in the state legislature. Yank was renominated in the Democratic primaries last month, and at that time has no known Republican opposition for the third term in Columbia. Brown at Troop 15 is representative of the interest in the care and training of future citizens. Their counterpart is represented by Cub Scout Troop 325. Four cadets are in between the Brownies and the senior Girl Scouts. The seniors are represented by Troops 340 and 389, which assembled with their leader, Mrs. Rosa Robinson, and her assistants for a discussion and planning of their historical project. Meanwhile, the counterpart Boy Scout group, represented by some of the members of Troop 329, gather with their leader, Sambo Harper, for a policing detail in the pines of the park on the old railroad bed. This year, the Dixie Youth Baseball program included 8 Little League teams, 1 Pony League team, and 3 T-ball teams, each sponsored by a local merchant. 120 boys participated in the program. Then the big day arrived, the morning of the fourth dawn, clear at 6:18 Eastern Daylight Time. It was a relief from a long spell of daily rain. At 8 o'clock, the sky was bright and some of the newspapers were still in their boxes. But it wasn't long before this town was stirring. The flags appeared and the procession started to the many Sunday school services. Bill Grant led his father Jimmy out the front door of their home to go to the Trinity Methodist Church. The pastor of the First Baptist Church and 2 of his children were early for services this morning. A visiting friend of the pastor was with them. Sunday school was over at the Presbyterian Church, and this group was arriving for the 11 o'clock services. Pentecostal did not have services this morning because the annual church conference was being held at Lake City. The Church of God also did not have services because of their conference at Malden. However, this group had gathered for Sunday school. The congregation of Piney Grove gathered on the steps and on the street to visit between Sunday school and church services. Here is the meeting house of the Episcopalians on every second Sunday. For 9 months of the year, the Catholics hold Mass here every Saturday night. Members arrive for services at Ebenezer and the former Harper's, now West Andrews. The congregation emerges after services at the St. Andrew's AME Church. At Trinity Methodist Church, although they passed up the all-day singing, the members did serve and enjoy dinner on the grounds with musical accompaniment. Dress ranged from modern casual to costumes with a revolutionary flavor. Mrs. Pearl Barano, in costume, is commercial teacher at the high school. This young fellow is Freddie Skipper, visiting from Charleston. This is Mr. R.B. Clemens and some of his family. His has been a steady hand in the formation of this community. Mr. C.C. Garris, at the age of 84, he came to Andrews as superintendent of the schools in 1929. He retired in 1964 at 72. He continues to teach the men's Bible class as he has done for nearly 50 years. After church, some families retreated to the Sunday papers. Some took to the hammock in the shade of the crepe myrtle trees, just as Diane Spaulding did. As usual, some grandchildren came for the day, and, like Jason and Millicent Clemens, couldn't resist the backyard swings. Some who didn't head for the beach or some other watering spot went to the country club. There, following the example of Lane and Shana Mixon, some went to the pool. While some of his friends cavorted in the water, Gene Johnson maintained his watch from the lifeguard's perch. Others who came to the club spent the afternoon matching their swings and putts against that demon par. Just at this time, a pastel portrait of Philip Harper, son of Sambo and Karen, was being done by Monica. Monica, of the D.D. Overtons, chose to stay in Andrews to paint and has become a leading portrait artist of the Low Country. At the same time, Jennifer Long, daughter of Winnie and John Wesley Long, was also sitting for a pastel by Monica. These are but small samples of the normal activities and interests of the good people of Andrews in July of 1976. As we return to the hangar and prepare to leave, we are filled with thoughts of today and tomorrow. Today is this day in 1976. Tomorrow, of course, is that day in 2026 when you will be looking at this film and hearing these words. Our pilot, the president of the Andrews Bank and Trust Company, is the son of one of those people who had the vision, ability, and determination to make this little community package become a reality. 50 years later, we know that you will have passed through many clouds as dark as the one we approach now. We trust, however, that you will have shown the same dedication to progress that has been shown by these who preceded you. If you have, you will be enjoying a bright spot in the sun, just like the one we head into now as we say farewell to Andrews 76.